Have you ever wondered if war and conflict is necessary? Outsiders SMP includes a poem by Owen TV which explains his character's point of view on the topic. Outsiders SMP is a lore-based Minecraft SP starting in July 2021 and finishing around a year later. It was originally written by worker Mayo, but they stepped down due to personal reasons, causing Owen and Appo to fill in the role as co-writers. The main storyline is inspired by the 2014 movie The Maze Runner, as the characters are all stuck in a maze without any memory of their past life, but slowly starting to remember as the series goes on. Owen plays Outsiders Owen, who, when the poem is set, has recently regained his memories and therefore his hatred towards all demons, because as he was growing up, he was trained by his father to fight in the war against them. When reading out the poem to Outsiders Crow in the maze where not many people visit, he's trying to convince it that he's quoting his mother's opinion on war. However, as the poem is an extended metaphor for the maze, Outsiders Crow immediately picks up that Outsiders Owen created the poem, not his mother.
My mother wrote about that once. I used to hear her read her poems to my father from my window. What was it? We prepare for war in peace, so we are not caught unaware, for battle is a common thing that we like to think is rare. Your thoughts drip through our minds like blood droplets on the sheet until men cry for their loved ones who lie dead in the streets. That in the future we may cheer of the glory in our conquests, of the bravery in our hearts, thanking the gods that we were blessed. So that our lives are not in vain carried forth through the sonnets of the day our mothers said, come home with a shield or upon it, till our boots squeeze out the blood of the soil underneath, till we've satiated the appetite of the one we call the beast, till we forget we bore arms and the violence begins to cease, till we march back onto our homes to prepare for war and peace.
Thus, the poem itself is Owen's point of view on the war and how he believes that war is necessary despite its downsides. Through the use of rhyme and rhythm, Owen proves that he believes people should be grateful for getting past war and conflict, while also using similes and metaphors to prove his sense of duty for fighting what he believes in. Using rhyme and rhythm, Owen shows how his character believes he is grateful for getting through the ups and downs of war and conflict. He proves this in stanza 3 at the end of the second and last line, conquest and blessed. The rhyme used to connect the two words put an emphasis on how Owen believes that the fighting and conquests will all be worth, as they would be blessed if they made it out alive. Furthermore, this is not the only set of rhyme in this poem, as Owen used rhyme in every stanza. This allows the poem to have a rhythm to it, giving it a more creative feel, showing how, despite the situation they're in, he still has a chance to create poetry and feel alive. Therefore, rhyme and rhythm within the poem helps prove the overall message of how Owen believes the war has both downsides and rewards, so people should be grateful for getting through the bad. In addition, through the use of similes and metaphors, Owen further proves his point on why he feels duty, as he subtly explains his background in war in stanza 2, using the quote, "Your thoughts are through our minds like blood droplets on the sheet." Using the simile, he compares the thoughts with blood dripping, which can be interpreted as he's seen and thought about bloodshed, as he used to be a soldier in the war. This gives his opinions on war more credibility, as he experienced firsthand what it's like to go through war, and yet he still feels a sense of duty to fight for what he believes in, as explained in the quote, "Till we satiate the one we call the beast." This reveals that they need to keep fighting until they finish the beast. In this case, the beast can be interpreted in many ways, as the beast being the enemy and the need to prove that he can defeat them. Or this can also be taken as Owen's father, as he feels the need to fight in the war to prove to his father that he's applied what he's learned. The fact that Owen feels the need to prove to his father by being in the war can also imply how everyone has a reason to fight for what they want or believe in, which further positions us to understand how he feels there is a sense of duty when it comes to war and conflict. Therefore, through the use of similes and metaphors, Owen conveys a message on how his character feels a duty to fight despite what bloodshed he may witness on the way. To conclude, this poem states Owen's point of view on the topic of war and conflict, showing how Owen understands the many bad outcomes that come from war and how he's not blindsided to it, but it's still a necessary thing no matter the reason behind it. It's important that we all consider the implications of if war and conflict is necessary, and although the characters may not have the best views on the topic, it can still be taken into account that although knowing the bad outcomes of something and experience it firsthand, the reason behind it all can be more important depending on your morals.